Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 7 from Marvel Comics. So this issue is less focused on the action. We don't really get much of that, but instead we make up for it with more character developments and things like that. So we start off in July and we have Dr. Octavius, working on the Green Goblin suit. Spider-Man is there chilling and eating a sandwich. And basically Harry introduces Dr. Octavius, kind of gives us a brief background on his background, that he graduated high school at 12, got his master's degree by 16, and then was handpicked by his dad to become Oscorp's resident Big Brain. And so they're basically tinkering with the suits to kind of figure out more about this thing. Dr. Octavius is like, okay, your suits are built by the same Stark tech, but they were built using 2 completely different types of engineering. So let's call it Stark 1.0 and Stark 2.0. And he explains that, Harry, your suit is basically a piece of very sophisticated hardware, top of the line, flawless, all that stuff. It's got everything from navigation, propulsions, onboard AI, and all that great things. And Peter's, yours is different than his. Yours is a little bit more upgraded. Both of these suits, they run on the same network. They don't have to. They can operate independently, but while they do, they're subject to network commands, which is why, Harry, you were able to shut down Peter's suits when you first met. Peter's like, all right, well, we're going to have to get rid of that. Yeah, they basically discovered the fact that there is a AI that's on board the suits, and the AI can do everything from combat analysis, life supports, any kind of higher function problem solving. And I just need to map a profile onto it. Basically, give this AI a personality. And by doing that, I can activate your AI, and then now your AI will be able to help you with your suit. So for anyone who's watched the MCU, you remember Jarvis inside Iron Man's suit. It's basically like that. So he's like, I can have an archetype that you can choose from. You can do Napoleon, Lincoln, Caesar, Gandhi. I even made one of me if you want. So who do you want it to be? And Peter is like, well, I like to talk to myself. So Octavius like, all right, well, I'm not sure if that offers the most bang for your buck, but yeah, I can make your AI basically your personality, which is going to be hilarious. Meanwhile, Harry's like, well, I want my dad. I want the AI to have my dad's personality. And all I can think of is, no, this is a bad decision. I think this is going to be the factor that leads into Harry's downfall. To lead from Harry becoming a hero to becoming a villain is his dad's AI. Then we have a quick moment with Mary Jane and Gwen, where Gwen, if you remember, Gwen basically has put money into supporting Uncle Ben and J. Jonah Jameson's ventures into running their own News Corp. And this is the building that they're operating out of. Mary Jane's going to give Gwen a tour of the building, but it turns out that they're not there. They ran out to go take care of something. And we see J. Jonah Jameson and Uncle Ben in an underground parking lot where they are talking to Robbie Robertson. Robbie's like, here, I got some secret news that nobody knows about, and I want you to break this story. Like, you should be the one to deal with this. You should deserve all this credit. You're the one that went through the trouble of getting this information. You should be the one putting it out there. And Robbie's like, yeah, but the Bugle isn't going to publish it. So I need you to do that. They offer him a job at their place. And Robbie's like, that's great. I've actually been thinking about it. And maybe eventually I would like to join you guys. But I think now it would be better if I serve by staying in the belly of the beast, so to speak. So I'll still continue working at the Bugle, and I'll be able to get information and things that you guys wouldn't be able to get otherwise. And I'll give it to you guys to publish since they won't let me publish it. So yeah, we got a little backdoor dealing going on there. And then I'm going to be skipping a lot. We got some stuff with Kingpin, but I don't want to be going over everything. I want to instead cut to the very short action that we get. And it's Harry and Peter Parker fighting each other in their suits. And they're not fighting each other because, they've had a falling out or anything like that. Instead, they're fighting each other so that Octavia, who is monitoring them, can basically completely map their AI. So he needs to see them in action so that he can get this all fixed up and synced up and things. And so he's able to do that. But before he like does it, he's like, I just want you guys to tell me 100% that you're down for this, because if you have a change of mind and you want your personality to be something completely different, I will need to completely reboot your system from the get-go. It's not just a simple change. I would have to completely shut down your suit and start over from scratch again. So are you sure this is what you want? And they're like, yeah. And so we have Harry hearing his dad, and his dad's like, all right, son, show me what you're made of. And then we have Peter, who is just hearing himself, and the things that he's like, his AI tells him is like, hey, speaking of dads, who's a good one? We are just the best. Love those kids. And both their birthdays are coming up. We should get them something good, really good. I bet Harry's dad gave the worst presents. You can tell. We should take it easy on him. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to love the adventures of Peter with his Peter AI. And yeah, basically as they're fighting, they're evenly matched at first, but then Peter starts one-upping him a bit, starts getting some good hits in. And that's when Harry's dad, or dad AI, basically starts ragging on him. Like, saying, like, a fight isn't won after one good punch. Never let your guard down. There's always someone out there trying to beat you, hurt you, take everything from you. They killed me. What do you think they'll do to you? You're soft, you're soft, you're soft. Like, I always wondered just how weak you are, Harry. I'm beginning to think I know. So it's like, yeah, this was terrible. Like, out of all the personalities you could have picked for your AI, you picked your dad, who never had a nice thing to say about you. And so this is what you're constantly going to be hearing every time you're out there trying to do the superhero thing. And so this is 100% going to be the thing that leads Harry towards the dark side. I just know it. Like, it's going to be his AI dad telling him how terrible he is and how he needs to push boundaries, so to speak, to become better. And those boundaries are going to lead to him doing some questionable things until eventually it goes past the point of the event horizon and Harry becomes full-fledged villain. This is my guess. I guess we'll find out to see that ends up being the case or not. But yeah, I think this is the beginning of Green Goblin's downfall. Is this right here, picking his dad as the AI. Meanwhile, Peter is just chilling it out with this cool AI. Imagine how it would be to have like your own voice, but like a positive version of yourself. Then again, I mean, it is just like their personality. So I guess Peter's AI being positive is because Peter himself is always like a positive dude. But yeah, I just think it's kind of funny that Harry has this AI that's basically constantly just degrading him. And meanwhile, Peter has one that's like, how awesome are we? We're so cool. And yeah, I thought that was just kind of hilarious. But I guess we'll see where this goes. And there's another little interesting cliffhanger that I won't bring up. But yeah, all in all, I thought this was awesome. I like this. I really enjoyed the hell out of this series so far. Even the series where there aren't that much action scenes, like it's just mostly talking and stuff, is very entertaining to me. Like, I think Hickman does such a good job with these characters and their dialogue and just the way that they interact. Like, he really breathes life into these characters, and I like seeing their interactions. Yeah, I can read an entire issue where, even though this had a little bit of action, I can read an entire issue where there is absolutely zero action and still find entertainment in it just because of how well done he does with the writing. And the artwork itself is also really good too. Like, writing is good, artwork is good. Like, this is just fantastic overall. Yeah, this was a great issue. I give it 8 out of 10. I highly recommend checking out this series if you haven't already. This is Spider-Man at the best he's ever been in a long while. Obviously not the best ever, but the best that he's been for a good long time, which is sad to say. But yeah, there you go. There's Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 7 from Marvel Comics. Really good. Highly recommend it. Go check it out. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.